What's up, guys? It's November 9th. It's 8:51 a.m. and this is the crypto newsletter. So I came across this tweet and it was Nick Carter saying, "This is the craziest day I've seen in my entire time in crypto." And I can 100% salute to that. I thought Luna took the cake. Boy, yesterday was crazy. Absolutely nuts. Just how fast the moves went and just being at a critical level as well too, and already have been ranging for 4 months, and then all that happens along with the elections for the US midterms yesterday/today, along with that supermoon yesterday. It's just like everything is so connected. It's just crazy. And it's like it's all perfectly timed. Is it like a huge fake out right now? Is there going to be some kind of event or a announcement where all this kind of just gets blown away and we just reverse? Or is this seriously, are we in for some contagion round two? It remains to be unseen, but that's why we got to be up to date on this stuff. So if you're not already in the Discord, link in the bio, join the Discord. Then we saw this year. We've had billions in decentralized finance exploits. There's been hacks like every other day now, it seems like. Top coins go to zero. We had Luna go from over $100 to zero overnight. And now we've had, I think we just saw FTT, FTX's exchange token, go from $20 to $3 overnight. Like that's an 85% drop. Then you had exchanges failing. We've had Celsius, we've had Voyager. Now we got FTX, they're the second biggest exchange. It's crazy. Like this type of stuff. Back in the day, it was like, oh, Mt. Gox went down. Okay, that was the only crypto exchange. So, but now we're seeing bam, bam, bam. From everywhere, there's an exchange closing down, halting withdrawals. It's been truly nuts. That's why if we can make it through here, we're going to get rewarded in a big way. Because what JP Morgan's saying is lessons learned from the crypto crash. The recent market slump highlights the risks stemming from regulatory shortcomings. So it's like this is all kind of planned on the back end, as far as this is just another thing that, especially after the elections now, the midterm elections, where regulators can come in here with a little bit more urgency and start kind of laying down the law and doing and implementing this regulation that we've been lacking in the US for so long now. By this point, I mean, it's been a long time for this market to kind of mature itself. We got BlackRock in this space. We got Fidelity in this space. We got so many big institutions in this space. We need to see some regulatory guidelines, some safeguards to finally have this like nail put in the coffin as far as blockchain, digital assets, cryptos being here to stay. We've seen through all the research, the documents and everything like that, that it's here to stay. We know this, but for the mass mainstream adoption and for this facade to go away about all these kind of events that seem to pop up, perfect timing that damage the market, the regulatory safeguards put in place will probably eliminate any events going forward. So they said, despite the recent crypto crash in cryptocurrency markets, the technology behind stable coins, a type of cryptocurrency whose value is pegged to another asset, such as the US dollar or gold, will continue to play an important part in the evolution of the monetary system. The technology's tokenization of securities and assets, smart contracts, and cryptography will transform the future of financial systems. As with any new development, the challenge is to find the right balance between fostering innovation and maintaining financial stability and protection for consumers and investors. The role of the public and private sector still need to be clearly defined, and that's a fact. Policymakers will need to address financial stability risks by improving investor and consumer protection and by enhancing know your customer laws and identify issue regulation to stop AML, anti-money laundering, and terrorist financing. A blue sky regulatory framework is hard to achieve in light of political and technological realities. The recent crypto market crash highlights the risks originating from such regulatory shortcomings. And if we remember from a couple videos back, the group of 20, I believe, is having a meeting this upcoming December. I believe India is leading it. And they're calling for everybody at the G20 to develop an international regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies. So maybe we're kind of setting the stage for December for some global regulations to come in some sort of way. Yeah, so we'll have to see how that plays out. But what they said here was transforming the future of financial systems, how the technology behind stable coins, whose value is pegged to another asset such as the dollar or gold, are going to continue to play an important part in the evolution of the monetary system. We're talking an evolution of the monetary system. This is all the money. We're talking about money, and an evolution in the space of money. It's crazy. It's by far the biggest thing to happen in the past 100 years since the Bretton Woods system, because every basically you can't go through the day without spending money. Like somebody is charging, somebody's receiving money, and vice versa. The money just keeps flowing. You can't even go through your day without money. So that's why it's the biggest market in the world. So when there's a technological shift or a new plumbing being implemented into this kind of lifeblood that keeps society moving for goods and services, you want to be involved in that, especially when you can own a direct piece of the technology behind stablecoins like XRP, XLM, which will power the tokenization of these securities, these assets. I don't even have to go into all the world's money visualization, because we already know we're talking quadrillions. Look at all the boxes here. Like, this is quadrillions of dollars that they're talking about tokenizing with the technology behind stable coins, distributed ledger technology, and it's going to transform the future of financial systems, and it will continue to play a role in the evolution of the monetary system despite the recent crash and drama that's going on. That's why short-term stuff, all noise. Yes, this is a huge market event, but in the grand scheme of things, we're talking about a transformation of the entire monetary system and the plumbing to kind of fuel that system. And it's the only time in history where we as retail investors, sitting at home, we can buy a piece of this scarce digital asset that can power this new digital economy and ecosystem. So it's crazy times, but this is the price we got to pay being involved in all this drama. And, it sucks, but it's just the way of the market. And if you can avoid the emotion out of it, that's the best bet. And if you're planning on holding long term, then it's nothing to worry about at the end of the day anyways. You want to get your assets on a ledger. That's the key thing, because FTX users band together had entire net worth on there. Imagine if you had your entire net worth on an exchange, and then they halt withdrawals. Now what are you going to do? You want to get your assets on a ledger device. I think there's like an article right here, cryptocurrency risk management, how to get your wealth off an exchange. You want to get a ledger. So knowing how to move your cryptocurrencies is fundamental to risk management and preventing crypto losses when bad things happen on exchanges. And that's what we teach on Stargate's crypto educational courses. If you want to get access to the accelerator program, we literally go over all this stuff. In it, we have the first mission is the biggest scam in the history of mankind. And we're talking about the monetary system, how it works, the financial system in its current state. And then we get into the history of money, because we have to go back in time to see how did we exchange for goods and services back then? How is it right now? And what's that natural evolution of where we're going? And then the Bretton Woods system, that was back in 1944, the last time we had a big change to our financial system. See, we got to learn the past, see where we're at now, and then plan for the future and see how we can get a piece of it to end up on the right side of it. So this accelerator course is going to give you all the tools you need to be able to position yourself in the right places. We have 3 missions in here: mission 1, mission 2, mission 3, what the future system looks like, the timeline of revolutions, fourth industrial revolution, the history of the internet, to the future of the internet. It's giving you all the keys, guys. You got to get in there. And especially if like you're not going to be trading, if you're not going to be selling out a position, you're just holding, you already have your assets on a ledger device, now's the time to just learn. That's what you want to do. I've been in this market for too long. Let's just say that, too long. But during that time, I studied, I learned, I got educated on the fundamentals of cryptocurrency in the market. I got educated on the technicals of trading, because through all this time, I mean, like, we can look at the news, we can see all these great developments and everything like that. But at the end of the day, I want to empower myself and hopefully empower anybody that's watching right now to get after it, get after learning, get after educating yourself on the fundamentals of crypto and blockchain and just the macro economy and everything like that, as well as the technicals of trading, so you can be in charge of securing your profits and then buying back in at the lows and making sure you're playing those plays right. I mean, like, XRP's been at what, like in the 30-cent range for over 5 years now. During this whole time, you could be learning how to, read the charts at least. Even if you're not taking the trades, you're at least watching it. You're reading the charts, you're seeing how it works. And then eventually you're able to actually take action on what you're seeing and double check, with other people or a part of the community to see if what you're seeing is correct. So that's why you want to get in on this free crypto accelerator program. It's free. I don't usually do this. I'm only doing it for a limited time to get people in and prepared. I don't do this. So take advantage of it. I'm only going to keep it up probably for the month of November, because by the end of the month of November, if you're probably not going to have enough time to go in and go through all the videos to position yourself in time. So the whole month of November, I'll keep it up. And then also go join the Discord. Link will be in the bio, and get access to the crypto signals in there. So you can get updated in real time from the automated signals that we provide through the software, that the Stargate software and custom automated strategy. You can see we have like 80 different cryptos in here that will give you the buy and sell signals per the strategy. So join that and then chop it up. Come join in. I'd love to see you guys in there. Say what up. I'll say what up back. Let's keep going, because we have the long-term impact of the Binance FTX feud. The inter-exchange spat could elongate crypto winter, but it may also speed up regulation. But I think with regulation coming in, that might kickstart the bull run. So even though this could make it seem like it's going to elongate crypto winter, all of a sudden we could have some regulation that comes in that really just kind of cleans up this mess. And now we can just move forward. And now the winners and the companies that are providing actual value in this space and the digital assets that have a use case can flourish. And also too, if you don't have a ledger yet, you can go to stargate-ventures.com. If you go up to resources up here, we have all the links to the correct exchanges, no spam links and anything like that. If there's some, like if you go to like ledger.com, you look it up there, could be the wrong link, and you don't want to get a ransomware filled ledger. So if you need the direct link, you can just come to stargate-ventures.com, go to resources in the top right, scroll down, and then the link to the ledger, the official Ledger Live website is right here. But I don't care if you use the link or not. Just make sure you get yourself a ledger and secure your assets at the end of the day. But if you want to make sure you're getting the right link, I have it on the website right there. Now let's go to this. So that these 4 key charts shed light on the FTX exchange's spectacular collapse. On-chain metrics suggest several reasons why FTX decided to sell itself to Binance. We're seeing a lot of withdrawals the past 7 days on FTX. So like top addresses by withdrawal volume on FTX, they were seeing the on-chain volume, seeing that in real time, because with blockchain and crypto, like a lot of people think it's anonymous, but it's not. In a sense, you can trace it. You can see where the money is. If I find out, hey, that's your wallet address, I mean, like, it's not anonymous anymore, but it's the most traceable, trackable way of sending money because you can just go to the block explorer, you can follow the trail easily, and it's verified. So one of the earliest red flags came from the top 10 addresses by withdrawal volume on FTX. These addresses, which include Nexo, Circle, and Jump Trading, have withdrawn a whopping $1.87 billion in the past 7 days. There's the writing on the wall right there when that happens. Nexo, a crypto lending platform that has more than 5 million users worldwide, as stated on the company's homepage, has withdrawn more than 408 million worth of Ethereum from FTX. The Blockchain Explorer website Etherscan confirmed the data, with Nexo transferring Ethereum in large volumes through several transactions. Market participants have also withdrawn 121 million USDC from Circle's deposit contract address. Stablecoin outflow, top 10 smart money FTX withdrawers. So you had more big money withdrawals coming out of there. The FTT price and volume. So that's what they were looking at for that. Will anyone in the US be able to do business with Binance? So I don't think the US is fond of the CEO of Binance, Changpeng. So I do have a little bit of some speculation that maybe Coinbase might decide to end up buying FTX out. We'll have to see. Or maybe, there's like a traditional kind of institution that takes over. Maybe Fidelity takes over, or JP Morgan takes over, or Goldman Sachs. Maybe Binance isn't going to pull through on the deal, and maybe that's what causes the market to turn back down again, and then one of these traditional institutions come in and they secure the deal with FTX. Could be a possibility. Then we got Japan mobile phone operator NTT Docomo to invest $4 billion into Web3. The operator will collaborate with ASTAR Foundation and Accenture to speed up Web3 adoption in the country. It's funny because I was reading a book and that last name was in it. I'm going to look that up real quick. Astor Foundation. Okay. Okay, I can't get any info on that. But NTT Data, though, if you guys haven't seen this infographic, I'm sure if you've been in the community for a while, you've seen it, but it's always good for a reminder because this is where we're headed, 2020 to 2025. We got, it's about to be the end of 2022, 3 years. 3 years, and this is the goal: enabling interoperability across all platforms, for all countries, for all assets, for all the money. And Ripple is just splattered all over this thing. And this was distributed or kind of presented in a PDF doc by NTT Data. They produced it with Everest, right here, Everest, an NTT Data company. So money networks, we got Japan, Europe, the US, the UK, China, their payment systems, ACH, Fedwire. Then you have XRP Ledger in the middle of, and then ILP connecting the government money networks, connecting that to the banks over here, the commercial banks. And then you have ILP connecting those banks to and institutions to other blockchain and DLT networks, the capital markets, trade finance, and other things, payment platforms, marketplaces, other platforms. ILP and XRP designed to be the best digital asset to use within that mechanism. It's sitting it's the holy grail. It's the thing that touches everything. And right now we can own a piece of it. And now it's in the 30-cent area again. So definitely think about scooping some up and don't hesitate. If you were thinking about getting some, but it's at 38 cents, you want it to go down to 35 cents. At the end of the day, there's not much of a difference. So let us go to another NTT Data document that outlined, Ripple, Ethereum, kind of just saying that Gartner says blockchain businesses value add will grow to slightly over 360 billion by 2026, then surge to more than 3.1 trillion by 2030. So you can see the growth is there. It's the natural evolution of technology. Same thing with the internet. Just because pets.com and Ask Jeeves and stuff like that went away, that doesn't mean that the internet's terrible, it's awful, it's not useful, because then Google came up, step up, and now is the main head of that. And then you had MySpace, and just because MySpace wasn't that great, you had Facebook step in, and then for a while they were kind of running the show. So it's just the natural evolution of technology and trends within this space. We're going to see these companies come and go until 2024, 2025, when we see who's really set in stone in this. And Ripple is very likely to 100% be there. I mean, like, they have the leading blockchain solution. They have the best use case. They're developing the framework, the interoperability, the shared platform that the IMF has been kind of talking about. One common platform for the interoperability of systems to move money back and forth and cross currency, right? Like, this is what it is. Then we got Bank of Russia suggests NFT smart contract regulation. Russia's central bank suggests a detailed framework for trading digital assets. Russia could create more detailed rules for taxing digital securities and utility tokens, but already has a sufficient regulatory environment to create a legitimate market for digital assets. Digital assets may be regulated similarly to the traditional securities in those cases when they have similar properties, the report says. However, if the underlying technology that allows to manage consumer risks, a new regulatory approach can be developed, different from the one already enforced for the securities markets. The document mostly covers matters related to the digital assets issued in Russia according to the 2020 law on the digital assets. Documents suggest developing a more detailed rules addressing the taxation of digital asset securities and utility tokens, as well as the legal framework for tokenizing securities, debts, precious metals, and issuing non-fungible tokens that certify property rights. The Bank of Russia also suggested including digital assets trading into the traditional stock market infrastructure, the new plumbing. Rules of access to the digital assets market should be harmonized with the ones for the traditional securities market so that unqualified investors can access both within the 100,000 rubles a year limit or more if they successfully complete a financial literacy test. The regulator also sees a need to provide framework for allowing digital assets issued abroad to the Russian market, but only those which comply with the quality requirements, for example, have an issuer and are backed by something. The report also particularly mentions the necessity for regulating smart contracts. The Bank of Russia expects to receive comments for the report until December 7th. So that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing that same kind of thing that JP Morgan was saying earlier on in this document about tokenizing traditional assets like securities, debt, precious metals, stones, right? Property. So that's the future where we're heading. That's going to be it, guys. That's it for this newsletter today. If you haven't already, come join the Discord. The link will be in the bio of this video. Come say what up. I'll say what up back. And I'm telling you, you guys want to get this crypto accelerator. It's free. It's a free program. You want to get into here and you want to make sure that you're getting up to date and you know all these things, because this is going to prepare you for what's on the horizon here. So I'll see you guys in the Discord.